Good evening, everyone. It's precisely 8 p.m. in Dubai and 9:30 p.m. from where I am, that's India. I'm so glad you all have joined us today to know more about reconnective healing frequencies that bring in light, energy, and information. So, I'm just going to take you through a small journey of understanding what these frequencies are and why are they here on this planet and what purpose do they serve to us. So I hope you all are with me in this little journey to know more about reconnective healing. I'm going to ask all of you to be on mute. The backend team is going to put you all on mute so we don't have any distractions. We're going to go through a little presentation on what this work is, and then at the end we can take the question answers. I would also like to inform all of you that this is being recorded. So if you need a recording, it's going to be uploaded on the YouTube channel, and we are at the same time streaming live on Illumination's Facebook page. Anything with audio or any issues that you consider from my side, please put on the chat box. I'm aware, but I think right now I'm pretty audible. I'm just going to take you through what reconnective healing is. If any of you have ever heard of reconnective healing, would you like to mention it? Have you ever heard about reconnective healing? Let's make this interactive. Whoever is here on the chat, on the call, have you ever heard about this? Yes or no? Okay, I think no. So let me just take you through that. I'm going to start sharing my screen, and here is what I believe in. That's heal beyond possibilities. I would say that it is possible. It's all about us to believe in ourselves and make it possible. Before we start, I'm sure you all would like to know who I am. And here I am talking about the work. So it's best to know your speaker tonight. Just give me a second to take you further to who I am. So here I am, Know Your Healing Practitioner. Academically, I'm a BE in Environment. I studied environmental engineering, but life had its own course which brought me to healing. Maybe I was supposed to do some work in the universal environment. And I've done my clinical hypnotherapy, I have done my chakra healing, theta healing, psychic healing. I'm gifted with mediumship and intuitive readings. I also have done intuitive anatomy, integrated healing, and reconnective healing. And in the current times, I pioneer with reconnective healing. If I have to ask you all, what does the word healing mean to you? Do you think healing is about overnight miracles? Do you think healing is about just getting your anticipated result? What do you think healing is? Healing word originated from the word heal, which means whole. Healing does not mean miracle. It means bringing yourself to a state of balance and wholeness. When there is balance and wellness in all aspects of your life, your disease becomes ease and your discomfort becomes comfort. I'm sure you all agree with me about this. You know, when we have a wound or we have gone through a surgery and we are healing, it's recovering, the skin is coming back to what it was. We use this word, it's healing. The wound is healing. The stitches are healing. So healing actually means bringing yourself to your state of balance and wellness, making you who you are. And that's the reason reconnective healing is very special, where in reconnective healing we say that it's about making yourself whole and complete. Let me still take you further on exactly what this word is. So we have heard of many types of healing modalities, I'm sure. Tools and technique-based modalities are Vastu, Feng Shui, Graphology, Witchcraft, Theta healing, crystal healing, many healing modalities which is serving mankind in different ways. So these are based on some or the other tools that you use or the techniques that you use. There are therapeutic modalities like hypnotherapy, past regression, NLP, CBT, which therapeutically work on your system and help you become a better version of yourself, or help you to regain, that balance, or help you to do what you need to do to live a life which is more peaceful. And there are energy healing modalities. So one of them is reconnective healing. And I think rest all come under the umbrella of reconnective healing. Through years, we have heard about Reiki, Pranic, Tai Chi, Kujong, and now in the new age, comes in reconnective healing, which is the forefront in energy healthcare. And tonight, that's what we're going to learn about what exactly this work is. So I pioneered reconnective healing. I'm practicing this work since 2010. I've been a mentor and teaching assistant on Dr. Eric Paul, who's the founder of this work, and his team since 2011. I've also been head promoter for reconnective healing events for Dubai and India. And recently, I've been promoted as an associate instructor with the Reconnection Company by Dr. Eric Paul. And by the way, that little picture is of my little healing studio in Mumbai, back here in India. So, what is reconnective healing? Reconnective healing is a return to an optimal state of balance that results from interacting with its fully comprehensive spectrum of frequencies consisting of energy, light, and information. So, what do I mean when I'm talking to you about this? It's more about when you interact with these frequencies, it exactly helps you to be who you are, bringing yourself to an optimal state of balance. You are not actually getting involved into doing anything post the session, but it automatically works on you at multiple levels in its own way so that you find that balance in your life, so that you come to that state of consciousness and awareness where you can deal with what comes through you in life. I have been always, been a thinker. I keep introspecting and I wonder that many a times there are many things which we know might not go away from life, like your karmas, a life plan that we might have chosen before we took this birth, a journey that the soul has. We've all heard about journey of the soul and multiple other things. But the idea is to be in balance through all of this, and that makes your life much more smoother. Your life path accelerates. You can manifest the right kind of things, and that is what makes the ultimate sense to me. So when we talk of this comprehensive spectrum of light, energy, information, energy is us, life force. We all are living. We have energy. We are full of life. That's energy. Light is it's some light that we all think of. You can talk of God. You can talk of the Creator, the Supreme. In India, we call Brahma. So any of those names that you would give, but there's one source of light governing all of us from up there. So that light and the information is the entrainment, it's the interaction between this light and energy. And this frequency is beautifully evolving every day. And whenever you come in contact, or whenever you interact rather with these frequencies, it brings you to a better version of yourself every day. It keeps bringing that balance. It brings that joy. People who has worked with this frequency or have taken the healing sessions, they literally say that I know how it's living with the frequency. So that's what reconnect healing frequency is, and that's how the sessions are. I would like to explain to you how the sessions are. The sessions can be done in distance. It can be done without interacting. We do not interact or touch during the sessions. We just work with our hands. I'm going to come up with one more webinar sometime later, where it's going to be an experiential session where we are going to try feeling the frequencies in our hands. So we actually work with hands with a certain very smooth free flow motion without touching the person. But yes, it's more about interacting with the frequencies, which makes you who you are. It makes you connect back to your true essence. It makes you realize what is your true potential, what is your power, and who you are, and what's your purpose on this planet. Taking you to another application of this work. This work has two applications. I'm just going to briefly take you through the next application of this work. And yes, if you have any questions, you can keep writing in the chat box, because I'm going to come back later viewing all of them on the chat box and answer to you. I'm not answering at this point because I don't want to disrupt the flow of the webinar. But yes, we are going to answer all your questions if you have any. Moving to the next application of this work. The next application of this work is called the personal reconnection. As you read on the slide here, the personal reconnection is a focused formation of reconnecting the grid work of your body to the ley lines of our planet and reconnecting these grid to the universal grid in all dimensions of time and space. It sounds complicated, or it sounds interesting, or it sounds attracting, but it is the personal reconnection is actually connecting your body's grid to the cosmic grid. Every body has a set of energy grid. We call it acupuncture lines, or we call it acupressure lines, meridian lines. These lines have been inactive for ages now, and now that we are all going towards the transition, is the time for you to connect back to your original essence by connecting yourself back to the universal grid in all the dimensions of time and space. This particular work is done over 2 consecutive days, and this has to be done in person. This cannot be done in distance. I'm going to briefly take you through the differences between the personal reconnection and the reconnective healing. And then I'll come back to the chat box for a while so that I can answer your questions at that moment. And then we can share some healing stories. So, difference is here. Reconnective healing is we recommend minimum 1 to maximum 3 sessions. Reconnective healing can be done in distance. Reconnective healing does not need permission. Okay, we do not interfere with any karmas or anything that needs permission from the person. It can be done for physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Wherein the personal reconnection is done only once in a lifetime. It is done over 2 sessions. It needs to be personally present. The person who has to get his reconnection done needs to be personally present. And it's done for evolution and acceleration of life. So I'm just going to stop my screen for a while in case you have more questions on this. And then I'm going to take you through some healing stories about my experience in the last 10 years. Anything that you would like to ask at this moment? Anyone on the chat box? I'm just going to quickly have a look at the Facebook page in case there's somebody asking questions there. And then we'll go further. Okay, I'm going to now take you through exactly what kind of.
Hi, I have a question.
Yes, Shani?
My question is, who is the person who needs reconnective healing?
I'm coming to that. I'll just come to that. Yeah, I just want to share to you exactly what kind of work can be done through reconnective healing, and who are the people who can get this done. I'm just going to start sharing to take you through those slides. Yeah. Thank
Okay.
you. I'll just answer.
Thank you.
Very
Sure.
quick.
Thank you.
Okay. So my success stories in this work. Okay. Can you see the screen? Am I? Just give me a second. Okay, here you go. So my success stories in the last 10 years, I've just listed as some. So physical issues. So people would be having physical issues, can come for healing sessions. It could be cancer, coma, epilepsy, lung disorder. It can be migraines, spinal disorders. It can be backaches. It can be anything that is giving you physical discomfort or is an illness that you are wanting to find some comfort with. Again, at Reconnective Healing, we do not diagnose, we do not analyze, we do not get into any anticipation. It's always about uh, interacting with these frequencies, which in turn has an intelligence which will unfold whatever is best necessary for you. We also work with emotional issues. I have worked with people issues like confidence, decision making, positive attribute. I worked with many children who have had issues in focus, in studies, getting into habits. So we've been getting very good results with these kids because they usually are not ready to come and take the session. And I've been doing a lot of distance sessions, working with parents, and we have seen results. They get more focused, they start doing well. I worked with kids with ADHD, learning disability, and we have seen that they start responding to their therapies better, and many of them have actually come back to a very normal life and also have joined schools which do not need that special education. So that's been a great success with those kind of children. Mental issues, anxiety, depression, paranoia, and this current times, a lot of people are facing anxiety and depression, and this has been helping to see a results in anxiety and depression. There are spiritual issues also where you can try these sessions. I've also seen people having business issues, and we have worked with them, and that has helped them find great balance in their business. I've also been working with pets. I have my own cat. I've been working with horses and dogs also. So a lot many sessions are done. Anything I would say, I'm ready to work with anything because here it's not about me who's working. I realized one thing: it's not about the healer. It's only between the. I'm just like a medium. I'm just like a catalyst in the reaction. It's just with the frequencies and the person, and I'm just observer, and I'm seeing how that interaction, how that connection is bringing in what is necessary for that person, and that brings the joy of actually being detached, but yes, being a witness to those universal spiritual miracles. I'm just going to take you through a couple of. So, this is a very famous line from Dr. Eric Pearl's book. Dr. Eric Pearl says that if you are lucky, the healing comes in the form we have anticipated. Okay, so you thought and it's there. So you think, okay, I should get this job, and you get it. You are lucky. But if you're really, really lucky, it comes in the form the universe has designed for you. Over the practice,
I'm really, really lucky.
yeah, I'm glad you feel that. We'll just be in the flow here right now, and later we'll come to a lot of interaction. Yeah, thank you, thank you so much. So, yes, if you're really, really lucky, yes, you feel so, and I'm glad you feel so, and God bless you. But if you're really, really lucky, it comes in the form the universe has designed for you.
Uh,
Earlier, when I used
no,
this,
I can. Why I'm saying that? Because 4 years before, I was
uh,
there was some incidents that told me about the past life regression therapy, and then I discovered energy healing and sound healing. Like being a Muslim, I'm not supposed to believe in past life, but now you can say I'm a master of about past lives. I know about souls, many
okay,
lives, same body, same soul, many many lives, soulmates, and all these things. And now inner child. So it's just coming to me from the universe. It's not me who's going for it.
yes,
I'm
thank you,
really lucky.
Shami. Thank you for sharing this. I'm so glad that you are happy that you are a part of this talk today, and you are feeling enlightened and you're feeling lucky. I'm so glad. I'm going to hear more from you once I finish, and then we are going to all interact about our journey and what we feel, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Shami, for a lovely share. Thank you so much. So there you are. So Eric says that when I first read this statement, I'm coming back to this statement because this makes a lot of sense to me. When I first read this, it was like, okay, okay. And okay, if you're lucky, it comes any which ways you are in a win-win situation. But as I practice this work for the last 10 years, I come across healing stories, I come across cases, I realize This makes a lot of sense because many a times in our human awareness, we only look at one particular thing. I want this, and that's it. That's our anticipation. We as humans only look into our human area of possibilities. Maybe whoever you all can see up to the wall of your room or out of your window till your eyesight permits you. But there is a world much more bigger than that. There are dimensions across time and space, and we in our humanness are not able to reach out to all of it. But when you say when the universe has designed for you, this universe has the bird eye view. It knows you in your current roles and responsibilities. It knows your parallel realities. It knows everything that you are, right from the level of you being at your soul, at your energy, at who you are, and to your what you are as a human. And when that intelligence works for the healing to unfold for you, you get the best of best. And I've experienced that in my life where I have come across in this 10 years where I was and where I am now is a total big difference. I'm going to do some more webinars sharing these journeys and many other healing stories and also the experiential sessions. And I would invite all of you, in case you want to, you can book a 30-minute free online consultation with me to know more or discuss what you are looking for and how Reconnective Healing can help you. So that is always welcome. I do the reconnective healing sessions. I also facilitate the personal reconnection. I'll be visiting Dubai soon. So if anybody is looking at the personal reconnection or in-person healing sessions, I'm soon visiting. You can always get in touch with Illumination. I also do mentoring for the existing practitioners. I also do the credentialings for the existing practitioners, and I also teach this work. So I teach this work as an associate instructor, all the three levels. And yes, and Dubai, I'm affiliated with Illuminations Wellbeing Center, and I'm so glad it's not from today. It's been from 2015 that I'm associated with them, and the journey so far has been amazing. But I'm going to quickly share some glimpses of my journey with this work across the globe. So before that, I'm going to take you through science that talks about reconnective healing. Science Proves Reconnective Healing. We have a book called by this name. If you even Google, you will find a lot of facts about this. I'm quickly taking through some picture comparison of scientific studies around this work. So the picture on my left is of a Russian athlete, and you can see his biophotonic light, his bioenergy, that is before the session and after the session. So after the reconnecting frequencies, it's much more vibrant, it's much more. Similarly, you can see the Kirlian photograph of Dr. Eric Wolf's hand, which is taken way back in 1998. So science has been studying this work from almost 2 decades, you know. So here it is, his hands before and after the healing mode. So this work is actually being proved by science that it works on your DNA, on your biophotonic light, on your water, and many other things, on the frontal brain lobe. There is a lot of study you can always look up to on the internet, and you'll get a lot of studies. If you are scientifically inclined, there's a book called Science Proves Reconnective Healing. You can even buy that book and read more about it. And this is my own photograph where I was participating in a healing festival. And I was working on one person, and on my next, my neighbor there was an aura photographer. And without mentioning, he just took these pictures. And when he saw what has come up, he sent me this picture saying, "Hey, look, while you're working, all the lights there were green, white, and yellow. These are the best lights, these are the best colors you can see." And he was so thrilled to share this. And now I share this picture in all my presentations because I myself was so happy to receive these pictures. And here, as I said, some glimpses of mine with this work. I've traveled to 14 countries with this work. And the one up here is with Sonia, our very own Sonia from Illumination, when we had been promoting the trainings in Dubai and India. And my very first training in Mumbai in 2019, when I started teaching this work, the one experience Mumbai, these are the glimpses from that. I'm so glad to share it all here. And all I want to say is love and gratitude. I'm going to stop so that we all can interact and I can help you with your question answers. So I'm so glad to have presented this work. Right now, if you have any questions, I'm open to some question answers, if at all.
How is this reconnective healing performed? Like through sound, through crystals? As a layman, how would you describe it?
It is through nothing. It's no sound, no crystals, because sometimes everything has its own course. At some point of time, you have to realize the power within you. So it's just with the hands. We don't use any tools, any techniques.
Something like
The
Reiki?
work Reiki, I would not. There is a lot of comparison we have had with Reiki, but Reiki was something we had 30 years back. Reiki still has. I've not studied Reiki, so I'm not the right person. But all the Reiki masters have learned reconnective healing and are now reconnective healing practitioners. I know many Reiki masters who have learned this work and are now practitioners of reconnective healing. But it's very different. It's very different. It doesn't
It is
need.
so it is without touching the healer, the person, and from
Yes,
your energy.
we do not touch, we do not talk, we do not create any lights, sound, aroma, or any ambience. And it's not my energy again. There is nothing where I am receiving and I am giving, or I'm getting involved. It's about accessing this bandwidth. When I access and I make and the client interacts, we both are receiving. It's actually a receivership. It's more about understanding our receivership. We are here to receive all that the universe has provided to us, and we forget in this journey and we involve ourselves with so many things where it starts becoming I have done this, or I'm using this, or this. So we are dependent all the times. This work is more about understanding your power. It's more about understanding your potential. It's more
How,
about healing yourself from within.
how is it different from theta healing, DNA?
So I studied theta healing and I know it's totally different because theta healing works on beliefs, it works on downloads, it works on a lot of knowing the problem, digging into the problem. Here there is nothing, there is no interaction at all.
Okay.
So we are not talking to you while we are doing the healing work. You're just lying down with your eyes closed, and we work with our hands in a free flow. And people do have their experiences. They experience during those sessions vibrations or energy or feeling of hot, warm, cold, etc. But it is not about. It's very different. We don't talk. We don't diagnose. We don't dig into the problem. Nothing.
Mm-hmm. Bhairavi, if I say this, I'm sure you will understand. Currently, I'm on a therapy, and upon successful completion of this therapy, I'll be looking for some kind of energy healing, like DNA or reconnective healing for myself. So, um, I forgot. Yeah. What I was trying to say is that I'm basically a psychic empath, and I absorb people's energy like a sponge, and I feel drained, and all my chakras are I lose. So how can I close myself, like, or you can say, shield myself from this kind of energy vampires? What would you suggest for me?
So the beauty of reconnective healing is we have nothing like negative, positive. We don't drain our energies. With every session, we become more and more and more energized.
Mhm.
Because if in a day I'm doing 8, 10 sessions also, by the end of the day, I'm like a supercharged robot. Because every time I'm doing a session, I'm actually receiving myself as well. So we are at Reconnective Healing do not get into any negative, any shielding, anything that sounds not ourself. So the Shamim, I don't know about what modalities you practice which makes you feel this, but as far as reconnective healing is concerned, it's always adding more and more joy and energy after every session.
Thank you
And
so
I
much.
see a question here from Thank you, Shaman. I see a question here from Leila. If you have an intention to heal a family member, elder, who has suffered from stroke and is able to speak and walk, but has affected her memory and the ability to take care of herself, how can I, as a healer, um, I don't get it. How can I, as a healer, learner, Leila, would you like to unmute and ask, or just want to let me know what you mean? How able to take care of herself? How can I help
Hi,
her? That's it. Yeah, hi.
hi, hi. Can you hear me? Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I have loved your presentation and learning about the energy. Basically, I'm a learner. Basically, I'm interested in healing and everything that's to do with human connection, and I've just been working on myself mindfully and meditating, doing yoga, just to work on myself for the past 3 years. And I do have my mother-in-law who suffered greatly for the past 4 years with a stroke. Though she's able to eat and speak, but she's losing memory and she doesn't really physically have that much of energy. And every time I'm connecting with her, I'm being drawn to, I'm very intuitive, and I'm being drawn to try and maybe help her with everything that I learn. Lately, I've been looking into Reiki, but like I said, I honestly, I'm just a beginner, and I'm enthusiastic in the whole energy healing, learning about the universal energies. And that's why I joined this webinar. So thank you so much for this. So she comes to my mind whenever I feel, I've been Googling about homeopathy as well. She takes a lot of medicine, but I don't see any progress with allopathy, and I'm introducing her to homeopathy, and that's doing something, and I can see a progress. She gets her memory, but I feel she's got fear of dying. She's got a lot of fear, and I just want to reconnect to her being and realize that her body can actually heal her, and I just share everything with her. I feel like whenever I come to her, she's happy, she's joyous, and I just want to help her heal. That's the urge that I get every time. And I don't know, how do you, as an expert, how do you, what do you suggest in healing in terms of that kind of situation? Like, what
Uh,
I don't know,
so
what should I do for her? Or yeah.
yeah, you can always, as things you are learning, and if you feel inclined, you can always learn this work and take a step further in your journey with healing and energy. And as far as reconnective healing, I can tell you that we don't need permission, we don't need to do anything. We just do the sessions, and the person has a conscious shift which helps them, their body to start bringing itself back to balance, their mental or emotional state. So we can always also help her with one of reconnect healing sessions. But what I hear from you is that you are also inclined to learn and know more about different spiritual modalities or healing modalities. So at some point of time, you can even pick up, and you yourself can become a medium, a catalyst, to touch other lives and to help people. Not only your mother-in-law, maybe many more who might need people like, the like-minded light workers, as we say, to bring that balance overall in everyone's lives. So, Leila, I hope
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
answering your
really,
question.
yes, you are. Thank you so much. You've just confirmed for me that I should try and learn and pretty much see if I can help her and others as well, because I am really interested in this field, and I think it's more of a calling. And again, it's something I feel I can give my full attention, because this is an interest that comes to me naturally. It's not something I'm trying to force to make. And I will
Mm.
definitely be interested in having a 30-minute session with you in learning, or even seeing you in person. I'm so glad you're here, that we can come to Illumination and actually have a meeting with you, So thank you
Yes,
so much for this wonderful chance.
yes.
Thank you. You've answered my
And
question.
yes, and I would like to reaffirm, Laila, your experience is what I had gone through. Your mother-in-law could be a medium to bring you in this kind of work. Because for me, my husband was a medium. My husband was suffering with severe gout, and I kept on trying so many things, so many things. We were pretty young then, just trying to establish ourselves in life. and we had to go through a lot of pain and a lot of waste of time with the disease. And one fine day, it pushed us to those edge where we said, okay, now let's try some alternative health. Let's try some holistic approach, because for the first go, a person looks for medicine and everything conventional. I know that's the human. We want to see. We want everything that's tangible. So we tried everything possible, right from doctors to diets to therapies, everything. And then that was that
That
edge that it brought us to, and we just thought of going for holistic approach, and that itself brought me into this world of healing. So since 2007, when I first took you for a healing session to now, my journey has been where I started learning this word, and then it's never looking back. So for you, maybe the mother-in-law is a kind of a medium to bring you into the work, bring you into your true purpose of helping people, not only her but helping lot many more people.
Wow, thank you so much. I will definitely want to see you in person, and I appreciate you for
Sure.
sharing that wonderful, wonderful story of yours of how you started. Thank you.
Sure, sure. You can always get in touch with Illuminations. I am coming there in the end of November and first week of December. So all of you out there, in case you want to see me in person, you can book a free consult with them, or also an online free consult before I come. We'll be more than happy to meet you. And it's all from me. Anybody else, if has any questions or would like to know more, we are coming with more webinars where I'm going to start coming through one more information about this work. Today was just the introduction. Next would be feeling the frequencies. We might also get into healing stories, different case studies. So stay tuned. I'm sure you will be getting all the information from Illuminations, and I so look forward to take this to the next webinar as well. So Bindu, Indra, Janine, any of you, if you have any questions, I see you all there. I'll be happy to help. Oh, you see, where can we find more webinars about reconnective healing? Is that what you're asking me on? Um, the more webinars about me sharing this work is always going to be there on the Illuminations page, or they will share details with you. And other than that, you can know more about this work on the internet. If you just type Reconnective Healing or Dr. Eric Paul, there is lots more you'll be able to know. Bindu, Abu Dhabi any workshop? I don't know as of now, but yes, I'm going to be visiting JLT. Maybe Illuminations will help you with more details about what I'm doing in Dubai. But for now, I'm visiting JLT. But you can book an online free consult, and I'll be happy to help. Bindu, that's what we can do. And okay, I've answered your question as well. What is angelic healing and how it's different? I have not studied angelic healing, but as far as my understanding says, um, no worries, Bindu, no worries. I read your question, so you can. I am going to answer it. Uh, I have not studied angelic healing, but I would. As far as my understanding, it's where you call upon the angels, and all the angels have their own particular what would I say, energies or purpose, and you ask them to help, or you do certain rituals to call upon them and help you in your problem. That's what my understanding says about angelic healing. But at the point where I am with reconnective healing, I feel more empowered. I feel very what would I say? I feel very independent and empowered, that I'm not relied on any techniques, because many a times we are not able to complete those things. I realize that if you have to do something for say 21 days, or if you have to do something for every Saturday or every Thursday, And in our day-to-day routine, in our life where we are running all the time to make ends meet, we sometimes are not able to finish that, and then we feel, oh, it's not working, and maybe it starts becoming more, it starts adding stress than relieving us, because we have to do that ritual or that thing at that particular time. So at certain, thinking of that level, I feel somewhere that reconnect healing is very empowering. It does not keep me confined to doing rituals and using tools and techniques, and it's just about being in the awareness of who I am. It's just about being myself. It's just about understanding that I'm a part of this. It's like I'm a part of this big universe. We say that Aham Brahmasmi, so I'm the universe, and the universe is in me. That's what understanding brings me to, and with that understanding, I feel my life is being fulfilled with each passing day. I feel it's adding more and more joy, because situations happen, events happen. It could There could be upsetting incident in a day, but because I'm living with these frequencies, I exactly know how to deal with it. In an next situation, if I would be angry, I would be upset. Now I realize that I'm like, okay, it's fine. Maybe that person is going through some chaos, and within a few moments, it goes away from my mind. But in a day-to-day situation, if you carry this kind of stress, you carry this kind of thoughts, you know how it can pile up. One incident of 5 minutes can ruin your 5 months, and it's a fact. Before coming into all this work, I myself have been going through that, so I know it's a fact that it can happen with us. So here I feel that it's more about being you, being love. It's not about receiving love, giving love. It's just about being love. The more you vibrate that joy of who you are, at the end of the day, every human being wants love. You just want love, compassion, right? And that's what we are all here for. The actual energy of the universe is unconditional love and compassion. That's the God frequency. And we have all deviated so much from this frequency in our life to reach somewhere, to become somebody, to get certain luxuries and facilities. We have forgotten our actual essence. At this point, I feel that this work has brought me back to knowing that who I am and why am I here on this planet? What am I doing? And every time that I feel like thinking negative or thinking something that is not going to resonate with this vibration, it pulls me back that no, you're not you're not here for that. You're here for something else, a bigger purpose. And that brings me back to my balance, brings me back to who I am. It brings me back to that God frequency of unconditional love and compassion. And that's the reason with every passing day I feel more and more grateful that I've been able to work with these frequencies, and I'm also being able to spread the joy and awareness of this frequency. So, so that's for me. I think I went on too much because I just get to start thinking of how my life has changed with all of it. Yes, Leila, we are just a medium. Who are we? I feel at the end of the day, who are we? We are no one to make that change happen. We are just a medium. With all that love and compassion, we can just be a medium to see how that universe can bring change in somebody, how the frequency and the intelligence brings that balance and wellness in someone's life. And at the end of the day, you feel happy that you are in a profession which is about spreading that joy and awareness and spreading that happiness. So I'm glad you love that. I love heels. Yes. Thank you so much. Okay, so I think we are almost done here with the questions pouring in, and I so look forward for the next session. I don't remember the dates, but yes, Illuminations is going to share all of it with us, and that's from me today. I think we are good to log out. And thank you so much for joining me today. All I want to say is again, we'll be on possibilities. And I'm going to come back soon again to share more about reconnective healing and the work that spreads the joy, love, and happiness. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I'm just going to see you all soon. Sleep well, Stay safe, stay blessed. All the best. Thank you for watching me today. And yes, there is something that has brought you here to know more about the frequency. There's a purpose that you are here listening to this, and the frequencies have something in store for you. Let me tell you, this is how it had happened for me, and it could be you could be the next person. Bindu, you missed the differences between reconnecting and personal reconnection. Maybe if you have time, we can go on an online consult, of a 30-minute free online consult, and I can take you into more details about what these things are. Or you catch me on the next webinar. I will any which ways brief a little about what it is and then take into experiencing another healing story. Yeah, Bindu, does it make sense? Awesome. So thank you everyone. And now I'm actually going to end the session here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for knowing more about this fantastic work, and see you all soon. Till then, stay safe, stay blessed, take care of yourselves, sleep well tonight. And yes, look forward for more about reconnective healing and the difference that it makes to this planet. Thank you so much. Goodbye.